Y'all just deleted Snapchat just to make this video because I ran completely out of storage and I just have to get a message across. So I'm gonna do this the best way I can. What's up, y'all? It's Masky folks here. It's like ski mask but backwards. No ski mask. Anywho, I'm finna get straight into it, right? I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible so y'all ain't gotta sit and listen to me talk for like 20 plus minutes, right? Let's try to do this like real quick, right? You want to learn how to trade, right? You want to learn a skill that can make you life-changing generational money for life, right? Like you can make as much as doctors, surgeons, like you can make some crazy amount, or it could just be an amount that is just like as much as your side hustle. It could be much as your 9 to 5 daily income amount, right? Like it ranges from what it could be, but like you ready for this skill, you ready to be profitable from it, right? But yet, when I send you a link to join the Discord so I can have you in a community that learns, you don't join. When I send you a link to a website that teaches you how to trade, you don't click on it. When I send you videos to watch so you can just listen and don't even have to like do nothing but pay attention, you don't watch it. When I send you paid for books, right, or paid for courses, academies with even my own login, I give some people my own personal login to learn, and from the beginning all the way to like basically high intermediate levels, y'all don't go through it. Y'all maybe click on it, check account logged in, y'all look at it, and then you don't utilize it at all. Right? So maybe that's a sense of discipline, like how badly do you really want it? Because some people, you put the resources in front of it, they're going to take it full force and just go on with it. But the majority of people, they want to talk about it, plan, and then takes no actions towards it. You want to think about it all day long, but then you do nothing towards it, bro. I'm telling you, this is something that like you ain't really got to think about, bro. Just do it, bro. You feel me? Let's say we're in a game of football, we're in basketball, bro. You're not going to stand at the top of the court. You're not going to be the quarterback thinking, all right, right? As the timer goes down before you need to snap the ball, right? Like the play's already in motion. The whole team knows what the play is. All you got to do, get that ball. Let's go. Run the play. Basketball, if you're the point guard, bro. I know the shot clock ain't till like later in like the pros and college, but like, you feel me? You're not just gonna stand at the top of the key with the ball and then your teammate just run around ready. Sometimes you just got the IQ to just run it without really needing a play, right? Sometimes the coaches call out the play, but you need to run it. You need to run it, bro. Same thing in life, bro. Same thing with trading. You just need to run it. Some of y'all are so hesitant. Let me put it this way. You can plan as much as you want, but until you take actions towards something, you're at the same step as someone who hasn't even thought about it. You feel me? You may have it all planned out, but you haven't took a step towards it. You're still on day 0. What about the person that don't even think about it? He's still on day 0 too. How are you at the same length as somebody? Maybe you're on like day 2 or 3 where like you started, you kind of got like, you know, your logins and stuff. You kind of got the gist of it, right? You posted about it, but you still ain't done nothing for it, bro. Like you still don't know enough to be able to go in these markets and trade. Like, let me set a realistic expectation, because most questions I get is like, all right, how much money should I start with? How long did it take to learn? I've seen people learn in weeks. I've seen people learn in less than a month. I've seen people flip $50 into thousands, and then they flipped that thousands, right? They withdrew some, they took some, then they took that 1,000. I swear on my life, everything I love, bro, they flipped it to millions. It was $1 million at first, but now like that million, you know, it's once you got that first million, it ain't take too long to get that second million. All right, guys, it's been about 4 minutes. Let me speed it up for you guys. The reason I'm so hard on just like getting people to learn the skill of trading, because hear me out, it's not just about the skill of learning how to trade, right? Like, kind of think about it like being a doctor, right? You got to go to school for 8 years, bro, and that's after high school. You got to go for at least 4 years to even get like that position in like a hospital where you really want to be at, just to be like kind of assistant or like the lower, you know, you're not like running the hospital or nothing. You're not like the main doctor of any clinic, any type of place, right? You got to work your way up, all the way up. But once you're there, right, you know the skill, you got the certification, you're in that work field every single day, nothing really going to change. Let's say you forgot something here, right? You're going to have all these assistants, all these people with you to help you move flourishly, where you don't have to worry about, oh, maybe you forgot something so simple, quickly reminded by your team, right? In trading, that's not really the same at all. Like, yeah, once you learn the skill of trading, you got it forever. It's not really so hard. Once you know how to read the chart, like, you're always going to understand where price is going to go, right? You may not always have the perfect entry. You may not always know, you may not always have the perfect trend to get exactly where you're trying to go, but you're always going to understand how the market moves, bro. And unless you stop for 20, 30 years, like, you're always going to know, bro. Like, when's the last time you forgot what 2 plus 2 was? When's the last time you forgot what 100 plus 100 was? It doesn't happen. You just know. So, moving forward, once you learn that skill of trading, that's where, like, you really have to learn trading, right? There's a skill of trading, and then there's everything that comes with trading, right? One, what about the manipulation and all the sentimental and all, like, the people, the big banks, right? It's one thing to know where price is going. There's people with billions and millions of dollars. They're not going to let you win. They're not going to let you just take nothing, right? They may give you a few pennies. They may let you take a few dollars, but you're not coming off no big win. There's like high financial institutions and like firms, right? Like brokerage. They hire people who went to school for like 8, 10 plus years, got the smartest people, gave them billions of dollars, and said, go trade in this market that you with $50, $500, $1,000 want to go and trade in. When someone buys, the price goes up. When someone sells, the price goes down, right? So what happens when you're in position for like $1,000, right? And you're in a buy position, you know the market's going to go up. U.S. news just dropped, which is going to influence it all go up. But then there's somebody with like $50 billion who just put in a huge sell position, a huge ass sell position, right? Guess what's going to happen? Everything is pointing up, but the market's going to fucking drop. The market's going to drop because that huge ass sell position. And then you get swept of your $1,000 and you're like, what the heck just happened? And then as soon as you get swept, literally as soon as your position goes out, guess what happens? Elon Musk skyrockets all the way up, all the way up. You're looking at like, bruh, if I would have just survived this entry, if I would have just entered a minute later, bro, I'd be up thousands on thousands. I'd be a millionaire now. And you wonder, like, what the heck just happened? The market's targeting me. How am I losing this? It's all because of the manipulation. You don't understand how the banks are actually trading against. You don't understand that there's people with way, way, way more liquidity and way more capital than you every single time. Unless you're trading with billions, you're not moving the market, bro. If you have $50, you have $100, $500, you're not moving the market. All you can do is ride the trend. All you can do is read it and go with it. Don't try to predict. Don't try to, think of, oh, I'm gonna enter here, go up. No, go with the flow. Let it tell you where it wants to go and go with it, bro. Don't try to force no positions, bro. Don't think, oh, if me and my 100 friends all enter here gonna go somewhere. No. There's trillions and trillions of dollars go in and out of these financial markets every single day. You're not moving the markets. Even though you know how to trade, even though you read the market, even though you analyze it and you have the skill of trading, you know exactly where it's going to go. It still went there, but you lost money. You don't know how, because there's institutional trading, there's the bank traders, these hedge funds, everybody that has more liquidity, they're just manipulating you because they want the smaller retail traders to lose every single time. That's why people feel like it's gambling. That's why they feel like the market's against them. People spent millions and millions on just AI to be able to trade against you all day long. There's people who get paid just to trade against you every single day. So in terms of that, right, when you think about the sentimental value and the psychology behind trading, bro, that can't be taught by someone like me or some book or just like reading the charts, bro. There's more to it than just reading candlesticks going up and down, reading arrows going up and down, reading price, key levels, all that. There's more to it. There's way more to it that y'all have to pay attention to. I just feel like some people, when they come to me in conversation, we can talk about crypto all day long. We can talk about the stock market day and night. We can talk about forex infinity, bro. Like, we can talk about all these financial markets all day long, bro. And I could show you on my phone exactly how they show, or exactly what I've been doing, exactly all this and that. But to really get a own piece of pie, bro, where you can eat off your own plate with your own bread, you gotta realize what comes with it. Oh, can I start with, how much do I need to start? Bro, you can start with $50, get a $50,000 funded account, and take off. You can start with $100, use that $100 in a live account, scale for 10% every single day. Within a month, bro, you're going to have a few thousands in there, right? Even if you have some losing days, you can still scale it up pretty much, where you're like, okay, I put in $100, let me take out 500, let me take out 1,000, still keep most or half of it in there, and keep going, and still have more than $100 to trade with. When all you did is put in $100, made your money back, plus some profit, and still have a whole bigger trading account to trade with just that $100. But it's more than just, oh, I put in $100 and now I can trade. No, bro. Do you even know what you're doing in there? Do you know what you're trading? How it trades? How it likes to move, bro? Like, there's so many things. And personally, me, a little bit more background with me that I should have really started with. I took 2 whole years learning to trade the wrong way. 2 years to when I would learn how to trade, see my setup, and then lose every time. I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm losing every time. I'm gonna see my setup and go against it. So when I seen a potential buy, I would sell. And that's when I started first earning money. When I was like, I just randomly started doing it because I realized I'm losing every single time. I don't get it. Like, it's like every single time. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna trade against what I learned and see if it, and guess what? That's when I first started earning money, is when I started to trade against how I learned for 2 complete years, whole years. I started in April 2020, the 18th of April, literally 2 whole years is when I started to make money. And it was because I traded against how I spent those 2 years learning. Yeah, I got a little 50 here. Yeah, I got a little 100 there. But in that 2020 time, bro, it was basically, once you blew, it's on you. And there's no more, there's no more to it. All right, when do you take your profits, bro? People ain't really learned that in 2020, right? I learned the long way, I learned the wrong way, and the hard way. So after that, I just started looking at everything I'm telling y'all now, right? Inner circle trading, institutional trading, just like the psychology, how do people who are making money, how are they making money? How are they trading? What strategies are they using? What are some like actual setups, bro? Like, I had to actually relearn how the market even moves. I spent months not trading and just marking up the market, seeing where it's going, just analyzing. Okay, it got to this point. I think it's showing that it should go here. Boom, went right there and reversed. Okay, why is it reversing from this point? Where is it going to, right? Always trying to target, where's the market going? Why is it moving the way it is? What is it moving based off of? And what is it aiming for? The market is always aiming for liquidity and imbalance. That is something that, like, I would literally get tatted on me, bro. Just liquidity and imbalance. Because once you learn how to target that in the market, bro, in the charts, bro, you will see that, like, price will always go for liquidity and imbalance, bro. Playing off of key levels, playing off of, like, supply demand, playing off of like fair value gaps, imbalances, all that stuff, bro, all intertwines together. There's like 10 different names for the same thing, but it's all liquidity and imbalances every single time. So moving forward, right, you got all of that. Let me pause for a second, y'all. After those 2 years, when I started to learn the right way, that's kind of the focus I had to put on, bro. I had to actually learn that I do know how to trade. I had to take longer trades to learn how it actually works, right? There's like scalping, which I'm getting more into with futures. But I think that 2nd to 3rd year is when somehow it just all clicked. Right when I changed from a retail trader and stopped thinking like a retail trader and think about, okay, there's more. You can tell when there's like sellers in the market. You can tell when you watch it long enough, you be like, okay, there's people with positions that are trying to drag this market down. Once you can kind of see all of that, you just for me personally, it clicked that 3rd year. Some people click that 1st month. Some people click 8 years into it. Some people 5 years, right? I'm currently about 5 years. I've been profitable for about like 2.5-ish, right? Like 2 I've been profitable for a little while, right? Enough where I'm like, okay, let me start to give my skills. Let me like to spill it out for you guys, right? I don't think like the like what's it called? I don't think the market makers are after me yet. So I'm gonna spill what I can. The most I ever made was 50,000. It was like within a month. I don't know if it was like 3 or 4 weeks, but it was like I made 50,000, bro. Trading forex. It was like forex pairs. I didn't touch gold, maybe a little bit of NASDAQ. It was a lot of US dollar versus the Japanese yen. I traded that a lot. Maybe a little bit of the pound versus the yen. But when I made that 50,000, bro, I was dumb enough, just because like, I didn't know how that was even going to be able to touch my bank. I was dumb enough to not withdraw it. I think I maybe withdraw like 200 or something. But outside of that, I was like, bro, I have 50K. When I just made it from like a few hundred, bro, I was like, bro, there's no limit to what I could turn it to, bro. And I stopped being disciplined, bro. I was way overconfident, and I felt like I knew what I was doing. I lost it all probably within less than a week after I made that $50,000, bro. You know how like, bro, that's some shit where it's like, bro, you want to literally, excuse my language, you want to like shit your guts out, bro. Like you want to like, your heart drops to your toes, bro. That was like, that's insane. I'm in the middle of college, bro. $50,000 would have changed damn near everything, bro. And yeah, a lot of that probably would have went to taxes, but bro, even like that $10,000-$20,000 I would have been able to take and utilize. Oh, bro, come on now. I might, we can talk about all that, but get to the gist of it, bro. From that point on, I was like, damn, I need to start realizing my own actions, because that was a loss I kind of needed for growth. And since then, bro, it's all been okay, consistent value. Like I've emotionally disconnected from like the money I put in, right? Like if I put in $500, $50, I put in $5,000, I emotionally, it's fake money to me now, bro. It's just a number, bro. Like the amount doesn't matter. I go by percentages, right? I look at like 5, 10, 2, 8, 6% every time. Like I'm looking for percentages rather than like dollar amount. That helped me in a sense of, it don't matter if you got $10 or $1,000. Aim for X amount of percent, and that's when you win, bro. Because someone else's, you may have $100 and you make 100%, but that 100% of $100 could be someone else's $10,000. You feel me? So it's a lot more to it. So let's get to the gist of like, what do y'all need to know, right? What do I need to leave y'all off with, right? I gave a little bit of background about how I failed for so long. I literally know enough to give somebody else the major shortcut. I believe if someone put in dedication, they could learn to be profitable well within 2 to 3 months. Like, I've seen somebody who I was on their ass for every single day. They learned how to trade within 2 months. And I'm not going to say they're profitable because they're on a demo account, but like, I was harder than them on the learning, and I set them up with the demo, but I didn't really I was on about like with their trades they were taking. They actually were making money on their demo account, like first time ever trading, making money. And yeah, I went up and down, but it was just like, bro, like you didn't have no guidance. Once you were in the market, bro, I didn't even like there was a time I was selling EU and they were buying it, and the price dropped. They're like, oh my God, da 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 da. And then I look at their position. I was like, bro, you actually had a great ass position. Now, if you would have just held that motherfucker, you probably, because I'm gonna try to do it. So it was like here, right? Price was going up, but I knew how to reach like this value right here, right? So I sold it here, and then it was going up. That motherfucker's like bought here, and then it went down, and they're like, oh, I'm about to lose. And then that motherfucker shot up. I was like, hey, just hold that mug. Just hold that mug, because I was just going for this little, just because I knew it needed to reach that lower point that I was going for. So yes, it can happen a lot quicker than the reason I like to give value is because I was a YouTube learner. I went to YouTube University. I went to the IMLs and the MLMs, and I just did my best to learn, bro. I didn't really care about recruiting then. I didn't care about building a tree team or the higher ups. Like, bro, all I cared for was the knowledge, bro. As long as y'all had knowledge, as long as y'all had real value for me to learn and me to get in these markets and trade and do what I need to for the skill, I was gonna invest it. There's academies that I learned a lot of value from that for some reason they no longer exist. Like, there's like the courses I took and paid for, they just don't exist no more, bro. Their websites are down, the courses, they just moved on. You know, they know how to trade. The people who make those courses, they know how to trade. They're taught their own community, and then they just move up to the next thing where this is making more money for them, right? They get less complaints from it. They have their team where it's like, okay, we don't need to keep recruiting people. I taught 500 people how to trade, and they all believe in me. We're gonna keep moving up here on this level, and we're just gonna shut the page down where we don't. There's people who give like not mentorship, but like there's like monthly memberships, right? And you have like there's a certain window to join it, and they live trade all the time. I think almost every day. Some days they don't take trades, but they still on it. They give knowledge, they give value. They got webinars, everything. Like, you're getting your value, that's for sure. But once that window closed to join, you couldn't join no more. If you're already a member, yeah, you keep playing monthly. Or if you were a member, maybe you can rejoin. But if you're someone who wasn't a member during that window, then like you cannot join their membership no more. I don't know, but like you can't join it no more. So it's like all these things are how I learned how to actually trade and make money to where I can become profitable. Those ways don't exist anymore. That's just the truth of it. They don't exist anymore. So, you know, I realized I need to go back to everything I learned and just rewrite I make my own course, my own learning thing. But then I'm like doing this. I got this whole Discord for people. I got the YouTube for people. Bro, why this shit only has like 20 views? Why is no one like, really, like, you don't have like 20 minutes? I bet if we all went to screen time, y'all are on Facebook for hours. Y'all on Snapchat for hours. Y'all on some game for hours, bro. Y'all can't spend 20 minutes. 10 minutes on the toilet, the next 10 when you're rolling up to like watch a video and just learn something. Like, there's not too much things you need to write down from this video, but you could if you was really into it. But like, how many people are really going to sit here and just listen to this 20 X amount of minutes of me just ranting and really giving y'all some like deep down real talk about how this works? But not many people are even going to spend the time to watch this. I spent hours on like hours is kind of a low estimate of what I've done, bro. When I first started, there was like 3 energy drinks, bro, and I was up all night. There was like this 400 episode course, and for like a week straight, I would be up all night just watching videos, rewatching it, taking notes, and then watching it again every single freaking episode. Hours on hours, this every night, days, bro. I spent days, no sleep, no rest, no going out, hanging out with friends, no, maybe a little bit of social media, but like to a sense of like I wasn't paying attention to nothing else. Nothing else had my attention. I was giving my full value to this. Hours on hours, bro. Like, imagine if you were in a college course, right, and you had a class, but you could just take this class whenever. It's not just Monday through Friday for this 1 hour. You could spend the next 10 hours on it if you want to, right? How many hours you gonna give it to it right away? Some people are gonna put 100, 200 hours into it right away just because they can, right? I'm not saying I didn't sleep at all, but the sleep was very, very, very minimum. Like, I sacrificed that. I wasn't remembering to eat. I had to like take a break just to eat, right? I had to like take quick bathroom breaks, but I was on it every single day. Most of these people don't have the attention span just to give it 20, 30 minutes, but you can go binge watch a whole Netflix show for 2 hours all night, 6, 8 hours, because you have more dopamine to it. You have more, more attention span to it. You're not going to get much dopamine from my voice just yelling at you about how you could be better in what you're doing, right? There's been hours of me listening to the same voice where I got sick of hearing my mentor, sick of hearing whoever was leading the course. I like literally could not hear their voice no more, bro. Like, I was like, I had to tune it out, bro. I had to do something else. I was sick of even listening to him, bro. I've reached those points where I'm just listening to someone for so long that even though it's creating value and everything, I just don't want to listen to that person no more. I don't. I've done that. I've been there before. I'm going to tell it this way. If you do not want to depend on someone else trading for you, in the sense of you can only trade when I trade, right? When I'm in the markets, you have to be on the market or else you're going to miss a move. You don't know how to trade on your own. You may understand how to trade, but you're not able to come up independently with your own trade and make money in the markets. Then you're going to have to depend on somebody, right? If you don't want to depend on a mentor or AI bot or some person that you have to pay to actually like trade, if you want to be independent, profitable trader, you're going to have to put in those hours on hours, those days, those weeks, those 10,000 hours plus just learning, right? I have a Discord community where I'm like, yo, you send me $50 right now, and we're going to up the price, but before we do that, right now it's still $50 right now, bro, and you have lifetime membership where like, bro, I will always be a resource to you. Like, if you have any questions, anything, I'm 100% your guidance right now. And you know, some people want us to just spend $50 in the market. Some people got it, right? Some people like, bro, I got thousands on invest right now. You talking 50, bro? Like, here's twice that amount. Let's get to it, right? But then they still don't have the time. They don't have the schedule where they can spend even an hour of their day dedicated to this, bro. Like, some people, think about it like the gym. If you can't spend an hour in the gym every single day, bro, how you gonna get stronger? How you gonna reach your goals? How you gonna lose weight? How you gonna gain muscles, bro? It don't come that way. You gotta be consistent with it. Same with learning something, right? You can learn, you know, the first 3 type of courses, but then if you pan away for a few months, try to come back, there gonna be bits and pieces that you forgot. 1, because you didn't write nothing down. 2, because you don't look at your notes. 3, because it's just been so long that it may be beginner, it may be very obvious, but you just got to kind of recap on everything you learned to get to level 4, 5, and 6. And you go to 4, 5, 6, you're forgetting some things. It's not going to hit as hard. It's not going to be as solid as it is because you're forgetting things that you need to learn before. So a lot comes with it, bro. And I just hope that some people who are really invested and want to get to trading, bro, they hear me out for these 30 minutes, bro, and just realize, okay, if Learen, right, is somebody that I want to invest into, a digital figures is for me, then this is what I need to do, bro. I can't just talk about it. I can't just plan it out. I can't just think about it. I need to dedicate myself, not just financially, bro, but like just time-wise, right? You need to start creating a better schedule, bro. Wake up in the morning, give a little 5-minute prayer, which some people never even prayed for 5 minutes. Start with a 5-minute prayer, make your bed, make your bed every single day, bro. Every day. Brush your teeth, do like the little things, bro, to set your day off, bro. Like clean up your room, clean up your crib, do all your, get your day started, get going, right? Figure out your damn schedule, bro. Like, there is time in your day, bro. You're not busy for 24 hours. If you can sleep, you're not busy, bro. Like, you can figure some ways out. I get if there's kids. I get if you have, like, you work over 40 hours a week, but, like, hey, bro, there's a way. Y'all still be in the clubs. Y'all still be out here on Snapchat and Instagram flexing. Just go spend those 2 minutes that you took to post on Instagram and put it into learning a skill that's going to pay you for life, that's going to free you up of your time so that you can spend more time with your kids. You can spend more time doing what you want. You can spend more time in the clubs or with your friends and family because you learned a skill that you don't need to go sit in a factory or your job for hours every single day. Like, you can just sit in your car for 30 minutes talking about whatever you want because you got it like that, right? So just get positioned, right? Master your schedule so you can figure out when you can pickpocket things and fit in some time to just learn, right? If you're within Stack Digital Figures, everything you're learning is going to come straight to you. You just have to put in the time to learn it, right? You need to take the notes. I can't take the notes for you because if I do, they're not, this is pointless, bro. I could give you my notebooks of my notes and notes that I took, but what can you really do with it, bro? All you can do is read it. How's that going to install into your brain when you didn't even hear it yourself, right? So you got to take your own notes, get all the value for yourself, and stay consistent, right? Give as much time as you can. And for those that And for those that are being consistent, bro, find some questions. Like, get back with me, bro. Don't just, I should not have to keep reaching out to you every day, every week. Make sure that you know, on it, right? We have a team that already trading, people already profitable, people making money every single day. So come be a part of the team, bro. You see somebody made something, or they say some term that you're not familiar with, even if it's like ABFG, like, be, hey, bro, what's ABFG? You know, like get with the whole program, bro. And my Discord, I link every single video, every single thing that I talk about, that I give, right? So if I say CRT, if I say FVG, if I say, oh, it's bullish for this reason, if it's bearish for this reason, what is bullish, bearish? All that is within the Discord, bro. So just like someone asks a question, I could literally just reply to my own video that'll tell you exactly what it's about. Where's liquidity in the market? How do you spot imbalances? How do you find order blocks? What's the best way to trade? How much you get traded, started? All that is all within it. So all you got to do is get with the program. So let's start, bro. No more talking about it. Let's go be about it right now.